Hey guys, this is Tony along with Mr.
Frank.
And we are here with some solemn news. Like we mentioned last podcast, our friend Santiago, who is on the podcast, you guys might remember him as the Army Special Forces, Army Rangers Special Forces, Army Rangers Special Forces guy, who was on our podcast not too far back. We had always planned on having him back on, and unfortunately we missed our opportunity. So we just wanted to let you guys know that we're not putting up a new episode today. We are reposting one of his episodes so that you guys could have another chance to get to know somebody who really put an amazing attitude out into the world and was a really beautiful person for me to meet for this just small time I got a chance to interview him. Anything else, Frank? Anything you want to say?
Rangers lead the way, Hua.
You want to say that one more time?
Rangers lead the way, Hua.
Hua? Why is it a hua like that?
It's an army thing.
Anyway, remember, guys, that he was such a joyous and beautiful person that we can't bring ourselves to make this sound any more depressing than it might. Some of you guys might feel we need to, but no, man, he was a hell of a guy, hell of a spirit. Hope you guys enjoy this repeat episode of Mr. Santiago. Love you guys. Bye. Bye, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
All right, let's kick it off. Frank, you want to kick it off? Hello. Why?
Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Hello. Yeah.
Hola.
Yeah, that's on red.
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? What's on red? What's on red?
But
Over
when
here?
I was like, when I was like,
I'll fix that.
hello.
That doesn't matter. So this is a completely inappropriate podcast. You're so concerned about the technical aspects. When have we ever worried about the technical aspects? They always go to shit anyway.
Okay.
Just fucking record. So this is a completely inappropriate podcast. I am your host, Tony, along with our host, Mr.
Frank.
And we have our guest. We're sharing a mic right now with me and Frank are sharing a mic because we're still a mic short. We've blown 2 out of, what, 3 out of 5? 3 out of 5 mics.
We are
not doing.
Wow.
Yeah, we're really not doing well with our tech aspect, but we'll get better. We just need to purchase better quality equipment. Anyway, you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com with any comments, questions, concerns. Hit us up at CI Podcast on Instagram, at completelyinapp with 1P on Twitter, Completely Inappropriate Podcast on YouTube, BitChute, anywhere else you can search for us. There might be underscores in there, might not. Figure it out. Y'all are grown-ass adults. You know how to Google. Today we have in the studio, a shitty little apartment I here live in, we have a guest named Santiago.
Santiago, yes sir.
Well, you want to introduce yourself one more time for the audio? We got it on video.
Okay, yeah, Santiago Guerra, U.S. Army, 75th Ranger, SF.
When did you go in?
91.
In 91? And when was your last day of service?
March 27 of 2003.
Ah, okay. So you've been out for a while.
Yeah, I've been out for a while.
Yeah?
I got in trouble a little bit, you know what I mean?
Got in trouble when you were out or when you were in?
When I got out, when I got discharged.
Well, I mean, so far you're par for the course for guests on this podcast.
Okay.
In trouble. I mean, well, our last Marine guest anyway, he's back in behavioral. I will send you guys, me and Frank will send you a free pin if you respond and let us know who our last guest is that would happen to be in behavioral health again this week.
That's an easy guess?
Easy guess. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Shit, we're probably going to get into that later, so it's going to be a freebie. Okay, you don't get a free pin. You just get a shout out. All right, kiss my ass. Frank, how do you know Mr. Guerra here?
Through a couple of bad influences.
He's telling the truth. That's the truth. You can't say nothing but the truth.
I beg to differ. We say a lot of other things other than the truth.
Okay, understood.
Yeah,
How do you know?
by a couple of bad influences, I mean by our last guest, Roberto. Rob met Santiago in behavioral. They were going through some shit. And then
No shit.
Yeah, and then when they got out, or I guess when they were in, Rob was like, hey, let me get your number, and all that shit. So then once Rob got out, he was like, oh, Santiago's out too. So we hit him up, and
I'll offer it when I'm done with my last round, so you got your own.
And then they started fucking shit up, and Rob was like,
Hey, I didn't do nothing, man. Wait, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, Rob.
I smell a lot of bullshit.
Don't put me in the mix on that one, bro.
Yeah, so in other words, Rob threw a fucking drinking party. And
Hey, don't be spilling other people's tea. If he's not here to tell the story, don't tell his story.
No, but it's true. He's telling the truth.
But so you were a part of this. You're
Yes.
saying don't throw me in the mix.
Well,
but you're
I know,
evidently a
but you
part
know
of
what I
this.
gotta admit? You gotta admit to what you do. You know what I mean? That's one part of my regiment is
Honesty.
If you do, honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Lying is it's too much fucking work.
That and it's just you gotta cover up to cover up to cover up to cover up. No.
Yeah, I gave up on lying a long time ago. I'll omit information, but I will not fucking lie to you.
Omitting information is now that's a different story.
Yeah, I mean it's necessary.
Yeah, of course.
that's a necessity.
Yes.
So what kind of questions do we got for our guest here today, Frank? What do you want to bring on? Well, I heard you wanted to come on the podcast, so you heard it. Frank sent you the link first, or?
Yeah, and I heard it. You know what? And it's awesome. I like it, bro. Y'all just it's a banter, friendship type of just bullshit. Throw it out there.
That's all it is, man.
You know?
Every one of these things is us making it. Well, me personally, because it's usually Frank's friends he's bringing up.
Yeah.
But it's me getting to make new friends because I've never had friends, man. I got like maybe one or two friends.
Bro, I don't
my
have.
whole goddamn life.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, and then this guy, we come across each other.
Are you sure you want to be his friend?
No, I absolutely don't want to be his friend, but I want to be his podcasting partner.
Oh, okay, got you.
Because he's fucking batshit crazy, and he knows
Yeah.
batshit crazy people
That's
like you guys.
That's Marines, bro.
Well, an army apparently.
Army, yeah, well, not that much.
No, not that different.
There's some of us, yeah, but not that much.
Oh, you mean not as?
Yeah,
not
Marines. I think every single Marine I meet out this fucking world, bro. I'm like, damn.
You know, I've known several.
Something's wrong with them.
So what makes you different? What makes you the cream of the crop of the army guys?
I would say we have a lot more funding from the government, so we get a lot more stuff. We get a lot more intelligence.
Well, I mean you because you obviously get along with these Marine fools.
Yeah, because I was SF, man. I don't know, Special Forces. So once I did my RASP, Ranger Selection Program.
Thank you for explaining those things, because Frank runs through these terms as if like everybody's.
Yeah, Ranger Assessment Selection Program.
Fantastic.
RASP. Yeah, in Fort Benning, Georgia.
Jesus.
After I did my airborne school, and then from
You
there.
went for airborne.
Yeah, I did airborne. I'm an airborne Ranger Special Forces, bro. Yeah.
Holy good.
So I did
Let me
a bunch
shake
of.
your hand one more
Yeah,
time.
thank you, man. Thank you. So it's kind of.
Now I'm intimidated. Yeah, I was fine.
No,
until a
don't get
second ago.
intimidated, bro. I'm here to protect people,
Oh,
not
good
to
point.
destruct.
Good point.
Yeah. It's just it was a very hard program, you know.
Oh.
And, but
No,
mentality-wise, but I think when I got out, it messed me up a lot.
Right.
Because it was like don't know what to do now.
How old were you when you got out? How old were you when you went in?
When I went in, I was 17. My mom
17.
had to sign the consent. Yeah. I got my GED
Right.
and took off.
Man, I tried.
Yeah.
I couldn't get my parents to sign up. I was trying to do the Navy at the time because I had an uncle who went in the Navy.
The Navy, bro? You were trying to be
Well, I was hoping to be a Navy SEAL. If I had gone in, I would have gone in.
Oh,
for
Navy
special
SEAL, I
forces.
got you going on
Yeah.
that.
That would have been a different. Well, either that or what I really want to do is rescue. After that, years later, I was looking into maybe doing the Coast Guard for rescue in like Alaska or something. Like I wanted to go through shit, but then
Didn't pan out.
well, I was too concerned about like I'm too much of a family guy. Like I really do have a strong family unit growing up, so it was hard for me to
Well, you're lucky, man.
watch my grandma.
You're fortunate.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and of course everything's 2020 in retrospect, right?
Yeah, understood.
You never understand how lucky you are until after the fact.
Until after the fact, yeah.
Now I'm blessed to be in this position with Frank to be able to talk to you guys, and I mean.
He's so pretty, ain't he? He's like
really
a big old teddy bear with his
Dude, I was talking about this the other day. I was trying to explain to my wife, like, how can my wife asked me, how can Frank have gotten in trouble with the cop? Like, how could he be on probation? Like, you don't.
He looks so sweet.
Well, yeah, he's a giant fucking teddy bear. Well, that's a big part of this fucking conversation about this podcast that we get into a lot of the time. Is that that's what happens when you're put on medication for problems that you have, like yourself coming back and not being able to adapt to this new life that you found yourself in. And then they throw you on medications that they haven't done nearly enough studies on to begin with.
Well, see, I'll stop you right there. I put no refusal when I got to the VA for medication. I put no refusal, so I don't take no chemical, no pills. I drink a little bit.
Yeah, well, we self-medicate.
When I say a little bit, I'm exaggerating.
we self-medicate. I mean, it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning yet. I'm on my fourth bourbon.
Oh, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
So you got me beat.
Yeah, well, I'm adapted. I got that.
You should have, you should have joined the military.
I got the strong Spanish blood, so like it's just part of my system.
Man. You just like it, bro.
It's part of my system. No, yeah, I do just like it. Unfortunately, I'm a very, very, very functional addict. You know, and I go through cycles. If it's not alcohol, it's cocaine. If it's not cocaine, it's weed.
Cocaine is not good.
No, you know what? It's not.
And I don't need to, it's your life, not mine.
But I don't think it hits me the same way it hits other people.
Okay.
Like, when I do it, I use it medicinally. When I decide I'm going to go get a 20 today, it's because I'm too much in my head, and I know this is going to make me focus on the facts of what I'm thinking rather than the emotional feeling. And then afterwards, supposed the endorphin drop, like I'll hate myself for 3 days.
Understood.
And it's that hate for myself afterwards, the hangover, that gets me to sober up for the next year, 6 months, however long it takes me to relapse again.
Okay.
Of course, in that time period, I'm drinking, or my healthiest addiction is running. When I've got a marathon that I've signed up for, then I'll quit everything. And I'll just focus on running and working out.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up.
But it's just a fucking another addiction, dude.
Yeah,
it's just another addiction.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I do my 10-mile humps.
No shit.
Yeah, I've gone to Edinburgh and back, and I live in Mission.
Oh, that's awesome.
And during that time, I'm not smoking and I'm not drinking, but I'm in my head. I'm still.
It's still a drug because what you're doing is you're pulling that natural drug out of your.
And I get home, man, and I'm just like I throw myself on the ground because I'm so tired.
Feels good though.
And then first thing I do is crack a beer.
Well, yeah, because then you've earned it. Because then you've earned it.
That's then I go from that one to the other one to the other one to the other one to the other one till I.
What do most people tell you when you say, "Oh man, I feel like an alcoholic"? Well, like, is it affecting your life? Like that has nothing to do with it. But that's how we justify continuing that action.
Understood.
Yeah, because I end up, I'll drink, and realize, oh shit, I'm doing more drinking than anything else. So then I feel guilty. I focus on everything else. But then after 2-3 months of buckling down, I'm like, well, now I've earned it again.
Yeah.
Now I can start drinking again. Then it slowly just fucking meets in the middle. Then it's half drinking, half working, and then all of a sudden I'm just back to just drinking.
Drinking.
It's cyclical.
Yeah, I know.
The duality of man is a sinful.
Hey, why are you so quiet over there, man?
Because it's the podcast and I never let him talk.
You got gum in your mouth?
Well, no, that and we're sharing one mic, so even if I did want to fucking intervene, I really can't.
You just gotta kiss my cheek like this? Yeah. Is it because my breath smells like bourbon?
No. Actually, your breath smelling like bourbon would fucking entice me to get closer.
Wow, that sounds a little weird.
Oh, we get a little weird.
Oh, I got
Don't
you.
worry.
Hey, man, I accept weirdness. I'm weird myself.
Alright, so let's get back to this. I want to let you know you are our first Army guy on here.
Oh, really?
You're our first non-Marine.
Well, thank you, man. Salute.
Yeah, so this is officially our first military memory episode. It's not Marine specific, Marine memory.
Just Army.
Kind of cool.
Army's totally different than Marine.
Yeah, tell us.
Okay,
well, first off, why at 17? Why going in high school? I know because I wanted to myself, but
wanted to get the hell out. My mom remarried.
Where'd you live?
In Mission.
Oh, so you're a local boy.
Yeah, I'm originally from Mission.
No shit.
Yeah, and my mom remarried, and me and my stepdad, bro. I was like, at 14, I was doing crazy shit. At 14.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really like this shit. And then I started seeing military videos and shit like that. So at like 7, I was like 16. I said I went to Mac High and got my GED.
Right on.
Because I was from Mission.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get it there. You had to go to Mac High. Yeah. Back then.
I did a similar thing. I was here at Mercedes High School, and then my last 2 years I went over to South Palm Gardens, which is like an academy of sorts, but it's still high school accredited. I just got my minimum credits, got out like half a year early. I was like, I can't be with these people.
Yeah.
I've always been kind of antisocial and
I'm still that way, bro.
Really?
I mean, to be honest with you.
I mean, you're sitting here, you walk in the door, shaking my hand, full bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and shit.
That's because I drank a little bit before I got here. But if I wasn't drinking, I would be so antisocial.
A little in your head.
Just by myself, yeah, and then I'd be like, I don't know this guy, I don't trust. Or,
I understand.
you know, it's just so many things that come to your mind. But let me get back to the story about.
Yes, please.
Okay, 17. I left to Fort Sill, Oklahoma to do my training, my basic training, and my AIT. And then from there, they were like, "Hey, bro, you can make it to airborne school if you want to go." You know, my counselor. You
I
know,
might take notes.
the recruiter. And I was like, okay. So I went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Fayetteville.
Might not. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm like, okay.
I'm real lady. I'm grabbing a pen, grabbing a paper. Well, I'm gonna take notes. Pen didn't work. I threw it over my shoulder. For the audio listeners, yeah, that's what just happened there. Sorry, distracting.
That's cool. Hey, I've seen it done before. The major throws it in. Like, hell with this shit. But then I went there, and then I went to my RASP. It was in Fort Benning, Georgia, paratrooper school. And then from there, they were like, bro, you're healthy, you're good, you're top of your class, man. Go to SF. So then I went to, my last service station was the 10th Special Forces out of Fort Carson, Colorado. And from there, I just stayed there. You know, I did 4 deployments, and then Black Ops. Stuff we can't talk about.
Of course. Yeah, Frank kind of mentioned that. So I was like, well, what the hell are we going to talk about with this guy if everything's fucking classified or whatnot?
Nah, well, I mean,
no,
yeah.
But that's not what we do. That's
no.
You know what I mean? Well, now that we've talked a little bit, I want to know, what was it like? Something I'm always interested in. What's it like that first day you just enlisted, just got off the
Scared as fuck.
Were you scared? Because Frank was.
Bro,
Frank apparently went in with his balls hanging low. Like,
I don't think so.
Here
bro.
we are to
No.
start the next
That's what
day.
they say. That's what they say. But you're fucking scared as fuck.
I don't know. I think Marines have a different mindset. You're going in there in the Army like we're going to war. The Marines, I feel like we're going to fucking start a brotherhood and we're going to fuck shit up together, motherfucker. I feel like Army guys are more individualistic. In
Yeah.
this sense.
And then, I mean, we don't get the training. They go through. I think it was it 3 more weeks of a basic?
Yeah, it's
13 weeks, right? Yeah. And we do 8.
Keep going.
So it's kind of different, you know. I guess the Marines, you gotta be a different kind of crazy.
Yeah, what happened with me was that what the fuck happened? Like, I have the worst luck ever. You know, and I used to fucking gamble for a living. I don't know how the fuck that works, but it works. Oh, because I was counting cards. But anyways.
You were counting cards?
That's what he says. That's what he says.
What are you fucking Rain Man or what?
There's no fucking proof of this, dude. This is
awesome.
So then, right away, I knew I was going to get the worst fucking treatment, the worst fucking everything. And when they threw me in the bus, it was the last bus, and there were still people over. I was part of that overflow. And they were like, fuck it, get the fuck in there. You're all gonna fucking fit.
Yeah.
And the fucking drill instructor that was there made us all fucking fit. So I was one of the kids.
Of course.
Yeah, I was one of the kids that was on the aisle. I was squatting down, and I tell Tony that for some reason I remember specifically Sex and Candy was playing on the radio.
Sex and Candy.
on the drive over to fucking boot camp. And then from there, I guess, it's not so much that I was scared, it's that I was already expecting the worst. Like, if anything bad can happen, it will happen. And that was my fucking, that's my boot camp story summed up.
Hey, have you ever heard of a stress-free boot camp now?
What?
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
It's an Air Force thing.
Yeah.
Oh!
And I don't have nothing against Air Force because I was going to transition to the Air Force towards the end because they said, I got shrapnel, like right here, and I got 3 bullet wounds.
Shit.
Yeah. So, they were like, well, you can...
I'm sorry, real quick. Was this all in the same
No.
Separate occurrences?
Separate occurrences. You know, I went
Just curious.
one time, well, I don't want to talk about it, but,
Absolutely.
you know, Germany was the hospital I went to a couple of times.
Well,
And
right,
then
that's
the
a
other
big
one was
base.
Bethesda,
there.
Maryland. Huh?
That Germany is a big base. I know my
It's a hospital.
Shit, my grandpa was stationed like there during I guess it would have been around the Vietnam time, but he never actually got deployed to Vietnam.
Vietnam. My brothers in Vietnam, bro, had it worse. And you know, I'll be honest with you.
So you come from a family.
Excuse me.
So you come from a family of military.
No.
Oh, your brothers. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, my brothers.
Your
I
army
call my brother. He's my brother. I don't give a damn if he's Marine or not.
Of course.
Or if he's retarded or crazy. I still love him.
In spite of these things.
Yeah. In spite of these things, I still love him. He's my brother.
Of course.
But yeah, they had it worse than we did. Wow. You know, I heard stories from them. You know, they would come back and get spit on. You know,
That's such bullshit.
You know, and people, the civilians, you know, and we lost that war. People don't want to admit that shit. We lost it.
I can't. Well, it goes without. I mean,
it's just the two ways. There's two different opinions. I've read a lot about it.
that guerrilla warfare isn't a joke, man.
Yeah, and we went to a place we didn't fucking know nothing about.
No.
And we lost so many brothers and sisters that, yeah. Let's talk about something else.
You know what? On that vein, have you guys been listening to the riot stuff that's going on right now? Are you
the riot stuff?
The riots, because this guy.
Where's the riots at?
Every fucking where.
I didn't know that.
In the last 72 hours.
Are you serious?
Tell us, Frank.
Austin, Dallas, Houston.
That's
what kind
Texas.
of riots?
Hold on, that's Texas. The reason they're rioting was something that didn't even happen here. There's riots in New York. There's riots in fucking Phoenix,
Well, see,
Arizona.
I don't watch TV, bro. I'm trying to
There's
stay away
riots
from
in
it. Tell
LA.
me.
Frank, what happened?
So what happened
He keeps
was
up with the news.
that fucking, this was in Minneapolis a few days ago. There was,
Minneapolis, nowhere near all these places.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
yeah.
Okay.
So then there was a guy that was detained because apparently he had forged checks. So then the cops were saying that he got rowdy and he was being uncooperative, whatever. But the video says otherwise. So the cops somehow had him fucking handcuffed and on the ground. This was a black man, by the way. That plays a big part. Had him handcuffed and on the ground. And you know how our standard operating procedure is that if they're being fucking rowdy in zip ties, fucking to put your leg on their back so they can stop squirming.
Yeah.
Okay.
On their back, not.
This fucking asshole, the cop, put his knee on the guy's neck.
On his neck?
Yeah, on his neck. So
like he's laying face down.
He's laying face down
on his neck.
and the guy.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's what happened. And so instead of
he died.
Yeah. He was.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Okay, I'm getting the. I haven't seen the news, bro. I don't watch TV.
Which is what I love about your reaction is that you're thinking of the worst case scenario.
And that's what it is.
And it's exactly why. What is the point of going to the worst action you can? And it's not that he was holding him down to detain him. At some point, the guy passes out. I mean, we pass out before we die.
You're cutting his fucking breath.
Right. This guy's been on the ground for minutes that he's holding him down like that. There's no other officers that come and grab him by the arm and they grab him one arm at a time, put him in the back of
And it's
a
just
cop
one
car.
man.
It's just one guy kneeling on the back of his neck. His buddy's just standing around.
Wow.
We're like, well, let's just wait for backup, I guess. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I mean, I understand that's not a right thing, but to riot,
these started.
You're defeating the purpose.
I just posted this yesterday. You know, there's a big difference between protesting and rioting. Protesting doesn't equal a riot. A riot doesn't mean that you're protesting.
Protest your voice.
You're fucking rioting.
Don't riot. Protest your voice.
So tell us.
Yeah, riot is larceny and fucking vandalism and all that.
Well, I'm sorry. One more point to that is that we just came out of this little miniature depression era month where COVID-19 kept us all indoors, had all these businesses practically shutting down as it is. And now these people aren't just rioting on the Walmarts and the liquor stores, they're rioting on the small town businesses as well. They're ruining people's cars. You know, they've destroyed, in Houston, I think yesterday my cousin was telling me there was something like a dozen cop cars destroyed and 5 cops.
They don't have nothing to do with what happened, you know.
That's your fucking own money that you're burning up and destroying. That's tax dollars that we're paying for those things. You know, it's just levels of stupidity on top of levels.
Well, you know what?
stupidity.
I'll be honest with you. My opinion is, one person is a smart individual. You get them together, we're stupid as fuck.
1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
We're stupid as fuck.
I'm loud enough. It's okay. I turn down the sensitivity.
You are a loud ass woman. No, I'm just messing with you, Tony.
I'm doing it specifically for this podcast though, because we're down a mic.
You know, I'm loud. I retired as staff sergeant, so you know I had to be loud.
Oh yeah, you sound loud. You boom.
Yeah, I had to tell them.
I turned your levels down when you walked in the door.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I'd rather you be too loud than too quiet.
Okay.
At least people can hear us.
That's like Toby.
Yeah. So then, what's suspicious about all these riots is that there's reports. There's even a picture of the Houston chief of police marching, because that's actual protesting, marching with the protesters to protest against this. I guess it's cop violence and
police brutality against African Americans.
Yeah. And
now oh my God, so much.
And so then there have been reports that undercover cops were the ones that started these riots. That they went undercover and they started fucking vandalizing, breaking shit, and
they're supposedly hired goons, right? Where it's the hey guys.
And that's a true thing. Hired goons.
There's too many fucking people on the streets right now protesting. We need you guys to go and make it a little bit violent so that we have an excuse to shut it down.
Do some shit, yeah.
So you're very well aware of these.
I'm very because yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna stop myself.
Just because
all of that stuff, man. We did things here in the U.S. too.
No shit.
You know, when it wasn't even a war zone, it was just something that it was an order.
Katrina.
Well, it's constant.
It was an order, and we had to fucking do what we had to do. You know, I signed a bunch of waivers, and I was like, what the fuck was I doing? And it was here, U.S., you know, South Africa, Syria, Hezbollah, places, you know, where what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with us.
But does anything? I mean, in the end, why do we act on behalf of hundreds of people, thousands of people, even dozens of people? Shouldn't we only be acting on behalf of our individual family unit?
You know, when you get to a certain place in your mind,
country.
Yeah, your country.
Your country.
You're basically not. I'm not gonna say. Well, yeah, I'll go as far as saying you're a robot. You know, you listen, you take it.
You're a tool. You're a cog in the wheel.
Yeah.
You're doing your best to keep
I don't have no
clock.
choice, and if I have a voice, then I'm gonna go to the brig.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna, you know, and there was thing that I was like, fuck it, let's do it. You know, and I'm down for action.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll be down for action now. You know what I mean? If they let me back in, I'll go right now. I'll be in the front line.
You're just wired that way.
Yeah.
That's you.
That's unique. We're 1% of the world.
In what way? What do you mean we?
We, as in uniqueness in the mind mentality of I don't really care if I die, but I'm gonna die for my country.
Your ability to operate under pressure.
Under pressure and you know what? No hesitation.
That's a beautiful thing.
No hesitation. If it means my life or my brother's life, it's gonna be mine. It's not gonna be his. It's gonna be theirs.
I'm very lucky to have been. I've lived a very, very, very sheltered life where I've never been put in that situation. You know, the worst situation I brought up the other day on a live stream that we did the other day. I brought up when my son had a high fever, and it's the only time I've ever been.
Oh, you have a son? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Congratulations, bro! I didn't know you had a son. Man, Daddy, what's up, Daddy?
Yeah, I got a little.
Okay, I got 3 kids too. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, I got a little 7-year-old. So the day I realized that I could at least jump into action when necessary was when he had a high fever, it spiked, he had a seizure, stopped breathing.
But you would do anything for yourself.
I immediately stayed extreme. I felt like time slowed down, and I gave him CPR. Got cold, ran the shower cold, splashed on his face, got him breathing again. His lips went from blue back to regular color. Waited for the EMT, went, and I felt very calm. It was the first time.
You stepped up as a dad, brother.
Yes.
I respect you.
In that respect, because that's the only facet of my life where I can even contemplate being in any type of stressful situation to that elevated degree. So when you say that these people are your brothers, of course, if they are your family in that moment, just like my son is my blood, my family, is no different.
That's your life, brother.
That's your life, is each other. So what are you going to do when each other is in danger? You're going to jump to action and do everything you can.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even know him from, you know, if for example, if I don't know Frank or Toby. I know him Toby. Tobias.
Yeah.
if I didn't know him and we were in the field, I wouldn't care. It's something that's instilled in your mind. I would jump in front of him or drag him, grab him, carry him, whatever it took.
They're the family member that I don't really know them.
I don't really like you, but I'm gonna carry you anyways, you fucking stupid ass Marine.
You're my cousin on my mom's side, married to her
El
aunt's
tío de la prima, el tío de la tía.
And as you just got jumped, where the motherfuckers at? You point them out. I'm gonna show I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, you got to. It's just instilled, man. It's in your mind. It's somebody who you are.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Man.
and I would do it for you too, brother.
You know what? And I would say the same to Frank. I don't think Frank understands.
They don't
that.
like you, I don't think.
I don't think he does, right? Thank you. Finally, some goddamn truth here. He thinks that
He doesn't like you, but he bought you a taco.
But he bought me a taco. I paid for it. I had to send.
Oh, you paid for it?
I paid so much money for these tacos.
You suck.
No, you don't even know.
You suck, Toby.
He told me they were $50. I sent the money.
Oh, really?
That's all I know.
Oh, that's good. That's for beer for later on.
And the gas to get here. I understand. You gotta make a living, boo boo. You do you. I'll take care of you.
Hey, you guys are awesome, man. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Hell, anytime, bro.
There's a lot of
and
fun.
I'm very honored to be the first Army.
We've been trying for. I mean, I've
Really? No Army guy wants to join you.
Everyone's so goddamn. You guys are so goddamn busy. Everybody's got fucking jobs and shit. It's only the Marines.
Bro, all I do is
to maintain a regular job apparently.
Tony, I do landscaping, bro. And then only once in a while, because right now, like you said, the COVID, whatever.
The Rona's got everybody scared of you being on their
Yeah,
grass.
bro. I'm like, what the fuck? And no, not just that. It's just that, like, I'm gonna be completely honest here at this point. They think I'm ice. I'm not trying to hear the picture.
Are you fucking for real?
Yeah, bro.
No, you don't.
Yeah, they're like, because I go, bro.
Really?
Listen,
think you're ice?
I was doing concrete.
You do, I guess you do pretty much look pretty operative right now, man. You got the.
I've always had that look, yeah, bro. I've always had that look. But
I bet you every outfit you own has a shade of that green.
Yes.
That's what it is.
It makes me feel normal.
Good.
And I go to the store. I walk like at 6 in the morning. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go because I need to work.
And you walk
I need to
with
make
purpose.
money.
You move with purpose.
Yeah.
Too.
So I walk and then I go to the store and then all the landscapers, all the construction workers, they show up.
They scatter.
And I'm like, hey, I'm not here to ask for money or anything. I'm just here. Do you need a helper? You know, I want to work today.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. I'm like, yo, hablo español también.
Oh shit! Well, now we know you're right.
Yeah. They're like, oh shit. So it gets hard. Now I've met a couple pero they, you know, it's like you said, it's gotten laid back a little bit. So it's very hard. And then the benefits, I don't understand why the VA. I signed a lot of waivers, and then the VA says I gotta get an attorney so I can get my full benefit. I'm not at 100. You know, I'm barely at 15. I get like $200 a month, bro.
To be clear, 15% disability is what you're saying, right?
15% disability plus a check, which is only like $200 a month.
Hold the fuck up.
Yeah, bro. And then you know what?
You seem just as fine as Rob. How is Rob at 100% disability?
Because Rob's a fucking raging alcoholic.
Oh, you need to be raging, dude. You gotta get angry on the booze.
I need to go, and you know, I'm very calm when I go to the VA. When I talk to the case, and they're like, yeah, I'm like, okay, all right.
You can compartmentalize.
My mental thing is, you know what? Fuck them. I can do it myself.
So is excuse me for asking. Is your disability the 15%? Is this due to the shrapnel, the wounds you've taken?
I'm supposed to be at 150.
I was gonna say, or have you just not?
No, it's because I signed waivers, and then I don't know. It's too hard to explain. I don't know who's listening.
Waivers saying that this
waivers they say that I'm not a U.S. soldier. And
people need to know because there are kids going in now that are going to go through this shit.
Don't sign the waivers.
Don't sign. Let them know why.
If you go, I was SF, so if you go into SF, you sign a bunch of waivers. You know, basically saying I didn't know. I wasn't reading it. They told me sign it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It says yes, sir.
That's your job.
But in the waiver now that I read them. When they showed them to me, it says they would not acknowledge the fact that I was a U.S. citizen, U.S. soldier, or in that mission.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's because of your special forces. You're going to be in
In case he gets caught.
In case I get caught, and then plus, you know what, I was trained, wait, fucking kill me. I'd rather die than give information.
That's your role that you signed off on.
Yeah. But now that I think about it, I'm like, damn. Pay me at least for doing that.
Yeah. Let me ask, this is going to be the hardest question I'll ask you.
Understood.
Did you think you were going to die? Was that the reason you didn't give a fuck what you were saying, what they were telling you to do? You're like, I'm here because I think in the end it doesn't matter when I'm going to be here and eventually I'm going to die. I'm not going to have to worry about when I'm out.
Every single day I thought about it.
And now but then you get to the point where you're out. You have to live in the existence that you didn't expect to have.
God saved me, bro.
Well, you know what? It could be as simple as you fucking said, don't sign the waivers on this, and you saved somebody who's going in today. You know,
I had to.
Every day you could be living a very purposeful life that you earned and deserve. So just from just a dumbass fucking civilian like
no,
me,
don't call yourself that.
Just know, well, no, we're all dumbasses. I'm not giving you a pass on that either. You know, just because you're a hell of a good guy, you've been through fucking hell and back. I can bet you're pretty much a dumbass at times in your life too.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm a dumbass right now.
I think we're all equal to each other.
Yeah.
We all live a different fucking life. You know.
We're all human.
We're all just goddamn humans. No, you know what? I think that's a bullshit fucking statement too. We're all animals, man.
We're animals.
We just happen to live.
Hey, what's that
different
song?
ways.
I want to do it like an animal.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the
That's what I just remembered.
Do it again now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're dressed like monkeys. And
Let's
shit.
make your titty.
You're the only one that looks like one.
Oh, monkey boy. No, we got Gorilla Face too. Are you aware of who Gorilla Face is on this podcast?
Yeah, Rafiki Harambe. I'll tell you off
Rafiki Harambe, yeah. Hold on. We'll mute the mic for 2 seconds just so you can say the name. And go.
Rafiki Harambe is Castro because he looks like a fucking monkey.
Alright, that's it. So then, okay, just so you know, if you're gonna use
Planet of the Apes.
this guy's an idiot. So Frank just explained who this person was using a completely different nickname. You know, you don't have to. I didn't have to mute that. You dumb motherfucker. If you could have explained it without giving him away.
No shit, bro.
You're so stupid.
Nah, I think I did a great job.
He still doesn't understand what just happened.
I know, bro. That's Marines for you.
Some things just go just right over.
Sometimes you gotta tell him 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, his hair is too thick around him.
I'm letting my hair grow out too, bro.
Ow,
And
me
my
too.
beard.
I'm trying to let the top grow.
Oh yeah?
I shaved the beard recently because
Hey, you got like a Justin Bieber type of shit looking.
Oh, you're such a fucking asshole. Thank you. Have you seen Bieber lately? He looks more
No, I
Mexican.
don't watch TV. I'm just fucking with you.
He looks more Mexican than I do. Let's pull
Oh,
a picture.
shit.
Yeah, to riff. Yeah, pull it
Yeah,
riff.
so my brother tells me that he has to fucking yell things at me so they can fucking stick because I'm an outstanding fucking Marine.
Oh shit. How many brothers you have? I've never asked you that, bro.
No, I just have the one.
You just have one brother?
One sister.
One brother, one sister?
Yep.
I have 4 sisters and I'm the only boy.
Damn.
Me too.
Really?
Me too. I got 3 older sisters, 2
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
My 3 olders are half sisters, and then I got a little sister, but everyone always thought she was older because she was like more buckled down than I was, a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing. 4 sisters, I'm the only guy. It's a weird situation.
It is, bro.
Were you left alone a lot? Like, kind of, the boy can kind of take care of himself.
Yeah.
Or were you like kind of?
No. Yeah, you know, and I love my mother.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
I love my mother. I'll do anything for her.
Do we have a choice?
No. But it's kind of like, yeah, she left when all that, you know, my sisters, yeah, of course, they're females. They get along better.
Yeah.
I was more in tune to doing things outdoors and fucking killing birds and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Well, and
So-
you did mention that you were a product of divorce, to use a old fucking phrase, a product of divorce. You know, it is what it is. There's stereotypes for a fucking reason. You know, I don't blame people for calling Mexicans certain things because you know what? We fucking
It's a stereotype, bro.
they
It's a
exist
stereotype,
for a
and
reason.
then, you know, and unfortunately, some Mexicans make it right.
Yeah, and I mean, it just is what it is. But my point being, you know, you had to be on your own because, that's a completely different level of having to take care of yourself. Because not only do you have a stepfather that you say you didn't get along with.
No.
Yeah, so you're already in that situation. Then you got 4 sisters that are taking all the attention of your mom. That is dually so.
I had to go find love somewhere.
Yeah. Did you ever find a group of friends that had your back, or like in my situation? I think
but they were no good.
Same here. And one on top of that, the group of friends I got, they had the weed, which is why I started hanging out with them.
They had the what?
They had the weed.
What's that?
No, I talk about my old drug habits all the time.
I understand, bro.
That's fine. Like I talk about my recovery as much as I can because everyone's going through shit at some point. But
we all do.
So I had this group of friends. They were all gay, bunch of gay guys, all wanted my cock, but they also had cute girls around. So I was just fucking with the girls, smoking their weed.
Okay, you guys always have the beautiful girls around.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
There's really only 1 or 2.
Go ahead, tell me your story.
So I end up being the guy. Then I end up being the guy with the weed. I'm just always going over the weed, and then fucking. I'm the only one with a car too. So I put myself in the position to be needed by this group of people that wanted me physically, if not to actually be there. Anytime I opened my mouth, I'd be told to shut up or like make fun of for whatever the fuck I said. It's years in retrospect, 2020 hindsight, where I realized that these people were taking advantage of me and treating me like genuine dog shit the entire time.
Understood.
But I needed them because I had no one else. My family was too fucking busy, and as loving and doting as they are, they were too fucking busy for me.
I understood.
I feel like in a lot of aspects I don't have a right to complain because I had both my parents, had my sisters around. We had somewhat, we were well off. We weren't rich, but we were definitely upper middle class or middle class at the very least. I have everything to be grateful for. That's why I am still around my family now. Otherwise I would have found excuses like everybody else does to fucking stop associating with them. Like, no, they pissed me off one too many times, I'm not going to talk to them anymore. That's not an option for me because they were so there for me in my harder. In the worst of the worst, I could always just come home. I'm so lucky there. You,
I'm alone all the time now.
but that's the difference. Like if you consider the 4 sisters, single guy, but where it diverges quite a bit is where you didn't feel comfortable with your family, right?
I don't. And unfortunately, bro, I don't.
Right.
And it's a very hard thing, shit. I don't know. I'm a warrior, I'm a soldier, I'll get by. It's a different battle, but I'll get by.
Now I feel like that's my same mentality through it. At this point, it's like, well, now I feel like, to use terms that you guys, I guess, would use in service, my duty is to be around for my family whether they appreciate me or like me or not. Just like that group of friends, I needed them. So that's why I'm going to do the best I can to be the best person in this unit. You know what I mean? So it's astonishing to me that you found that in this way. So I'm trying to figure out how...
Just say it, man.
Well, your family is the Army. Your family are your servicemen.
My family is the Army, yeah. That's all I know.
That's it.
That's all I know.
So, does that ever worry?
It scares me.
How does that feel when you have to deal with your family here?
Bro, I cry myself to sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's very personal. And I can't believe I just said that.
No, I'm sorry I'm going to take this mic completely from because I want to connect here, man. Because this is what I was hoping. This is the kind of conversation I'm hoping to have. Because I beat myself up often for not joining the service. There are days where I wake up and I'm like, honey, if you would let me, I would go join the reserves right now. I'd go join anything right now. I want to serve. My whole life I've wanted to serve. I can't. I just wanted to know if it's just because of the choices that I didn't do it. Like, am I the same as guys like you who give a shit enough to do it? I'm sorry to admit, I guess this is a very selfish frame of mind, but the reason I'm saying how much this means to me, this conversation, feeling that I'm relating to what you're saying, is because I'm hoping that as a civilian, I can help guys like you realize that you're no different from the guys who haven't gone through it. Not in like
I understand.
You're not better. Like I'm not better than you because I didn't do it.
I understand the retrospect.
Like we are all human and we're all feeling these things.
We're all feeling these things. It doesn't matter what. Yeah.
You just had it elevated to such a degree, Like
I take it to the extreme. I'm an extreme kind of guy.
Yeah. But and I feel like I am too. Like I didn't just start running and decide, okay, I'm just gonna run every day now. No, I signed up for 2 marathons within 2 years of starting running. I had no business running a marathon. I did 2 of them in a year. Like we all choose to do things to challenge ourselves. You chose the most drastic things, but you're still every bit as beautiful a human being as the person.
That's a little game, but thank you.
As the fucking Dalai Lama or the fuck, you know. These people that are considered the best of the best because of their peace standard, not being willing to fight or wanting to fight, like they are the same person as the dictator or the fucking the army ranger or the fucking marine or just the guy at home trying to take care of his family. We're all just trying to do the best we can
as
with what we got. And now you got these riots going on where people are just scared and lost and don't know what the fuck their government's doing to them, don't know where their place is in today's society, just like you coming out of the army and not knowing what the fuck was happening around you. Now we got everybody feeling that way because Rona scared the shit out of everybody. Everybody feels like they're in a fucking war zone. They have no idea what the fuck a war zone is, but this is their equivalent because it's the worst they've had to go through.
What they say is a biological warfare.
Yeah, well, it's all just an individual's reaction.
Yeah, it's just in the mind, man. And to be honest with you, it was created in a lab. It wasn't a bat.
100%.
All that bullshit, man.
Well, what makes you say that?
China.
China. You just know, our relations with China.
I've been in China before.
Dealing
so
with
I know how the
operations.
fuck they do. I know what the fuck they do. We put a bunch of tariffs on them, and this is just my opinion. My opinion, nothing to do with anybody else.
Well, it's hard to argue with the fact that there were protests well before the Rona started, and it was
and
the Rona that got them.
And the last time was what 1912, 13, which is the Spanish flu. It's created in a lab too.
Was it?
Yes.
I'm not aware of that.
Look it up.
I'm shit on history.
Look it up. He knows.
Spanish flu was in a lab? Tell me about it. Let's go historical here. What do you know? Frank doesn't know!
Because I'm like, we should have wrapped about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, fuck it. Well, hey, so
What do
this
you
is
mean
a
we should've
completely
wrapped?
inappropriate podcast.
I don't understand what we should have wrapped about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, so I don't know why I even have this up. We're going to get pulled just for having that up. Because we're at 45 minutes. I
thought we were at 50.
Well, listen, we're going to
So
continue
we're
this
gonna stop at 50
conversation.
and then take a break because I need to smoke a cigarette, man.
We can do that.
My nerves
Wait,
are a little bit.
Real quick, what were we just talking about? So
The Spanish flu.
We're talking about
Spanish flu. So stay tuned, guys. This conversation's only getting started. We got another 45 minutes to do. Remember to listen to us at wherever the fuck you're listening to us now. But check us out on YouTube and BitChute too at Completely Inappropriate Podcast.
Yeah, and I got my friends too, bro. I sent them the link. My army brothers.
Nice.
The link on Facebook, the line.
Awesome, man.
So
Awesome.
hopefully they're listening, man. Hey, bro, I love y'all.
Yeah. All right,
Hoorah!
so hit us up at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com and Completely Inap on Twitter, on Instagram. No, Completely Inap with 1P on Twitter.
See ya podcast.
See ya podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
And just let us know what the fuck you're thinking about our guests lately.
Hey, can people call in?
People cannot call in, but we can do Skype interviews follow-up. Like if they heard
understood.
yeah, like your friends.
How can we do that though, man? That would be awesome, man. Just
Hit
to
us
have
up on Skype, guys. Completely Inappropriate Podcast. You can search that and find us with our email also there. CompletelyInappropriatePodcast@gmail.com.
You see how I did that? Man?
Start
So you
messaging
can
us.
put it out
That was
there?
perfect.
Yeah,
That was
so
good.
you can put it out there.
Frank, you're fired.
Yeah, you're fired, bro.
Santiago,
Co-host.
we've got a new
The
host.
Ranger. What's up?
All right, guys, this has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Any last words you want to tell people before we start the next thing?
Peace, love, and hope.
Frank, what do we tell the people?
Be excellent to each other.
And I'm adding a little bit to mine. I want you guys to find your happy, but remember just to try to be better today than we were yesterday. That's all it's about. Take it easy. Love you guys. Say bye, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
Every time.